Welcome back to another MD Teardown. My name is Eric and today we're going to be taking a look at the inside of the new LG G6. We're going to start off with our heat pad at about 75 degrees Celsius and heat up the back glass for removal. We then use a brush soaked with 99% isopropyl alcohol to be absorbed into the adhesive underneath. The tools used in this video are part of our new Mobile Defenders toolkit that can be found in the description below. Once we get the back glass off, we're going to take a look at the fingerprint sensor on the backside. To start with the inside, we're going to take out the screws holding down the plastic back plates using a 00 Phillips head screwdriver. Fortunately, these are all the exact same length. Once we get those removed, underneath the top back plate we can see the wireless charging flex and the loudspeaker is attached to the bottom plate. Next, we're going to start taking out the motherboard, and before doing that, make sure you pop out the SIM card tray. Disconnect the flex cables for the battery, the front-facing camera, and the LCD and digitizer. On the back side of the motherboard, we can see where the back cameras are attached with a flex cable, but these actually don't have to be disconnected to remove the board from the housing. Now we're going to place it back on the heat pad at 75 degrees again and start to remove the battery. While heating that up, we apply more isopropyl alcohol to help with the adhesive under the battery. Now we get to the screen removal. While recording this teardown, we eventually broke the LCD and digitizer assembly due to the nature of the adhesive. This is not heat activated adhesive, so using a heat pad at 75 degrees didn't really help, and the isopropyl alcohol did nothing whatsoever. This shouldn't really affect any repairs you might be doing, as a screen replacement already has a broken screen, and for small component repairs you can simply enter the phone through the back. Luckily, we have an LCD and digitizer frame assembly on hand, which can also be found in the description below. So now we're going to swap the entire inside of the phone over to the new frame assembly. First, we remove the volume buttons, the vibrating motor, and the headphone jack. And when removing the headphone jack, we're using tweezers here. Keep in mind when doing this, you should be pushing more into the frame than trying to pry upwards under the flex. Now we fully remove these volume buttons and the heatsink from the housing. In this video, we tried to remove the battery adhesive to apply it to the new housing, but it doesn't look like that's going to be a very easy task, so we recommend using new adhesive to do this. The volume buttons are a pretty tight fit when moving back in, and the ear speaker seems to be pretty easy, and the headphone jack slides right into its respective housing. Next, we place the vibrating motor back in, and lastly, we put the volume button flex back into the inside of the phone, making sure the buttons click just like you're used to. After installing the charging port, which clicks and locks back into place, the motherboard can be placed back into the housing while watching out for any flex cables that may lay underneath. The front camera can also be placed back in now, and we're going to be using Tessa tape here to reinstall the battery. The top plate goes in first, followed by the lower half. Then we put the Phillips screws back into those plates to secure them down. Finally, we can reapply the back glass and insert the SIM tray, but we're going to let this sit on the heat plate for just another moment to reactivate the adhesive underneath. That wraps up our teardown of LG's new G6. For more information, check out our blog post on this. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and remember, Mobile Defenders is with you every part of the way.